Hello and welcome to PCI Magazine's Code It videocast. I'm Kristen Johansson and I'm the editor-in-chief of PCI Magazine. In today's episode, we'll be talking about paint recycling and a campaign called 1 Million Liters of Paint Donations. I am joined by Huzaifa Matawala, who is the CEO and founder of the Paint Foundation. Welcome, Huzaifa.
Thank you, Christine. Very good morning.
So you and I have worked together a few times now on articles for the magazine and for our website. However, last week I received an email from you about this new paint donation campaign. And so I wanted to find out more information about it and share the information with our readers and our listeners. So thank you for being here with me today. I know that you are incredibly passionate about sustainability and reducing the carbon footprint. So can you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself as well as about your business model and the Paint Foundation?
Yes, Christine. We are basically paint manufacturing and paint recycling company. We are into production in Middle East, in India. We have partnerships in Africa, and we are recycling and producing recycling paints over here in the US and Canada. So basically, we are able to bring in the unusable and the waste from the paint industry into the circular economy. So this is the topic I'm extremely passionate about of bringing it into use here.
So what exactly is the 1 Million Liters of Paint Donations campaign? What is its purpose?
The most important purpose behind this campaign is to one is to create awareness of recycling, and two is to put in million liters of paint into the communities of need. And this happens through two channels. One is by receiving donations, and two, with manufacturing paint related companies partnering with us into our campaigns. So this is bringing in free paint into the economies of use.
So who can participate in the campaign?
Paint manufacturers, paint retailers, paint raw material manufacturers, and the counties and paint raw material companies can participate into this campaign.
Can you give us a bit of detail about how the campaign works? For example, how do companies participate if they're interested? What do you do with the donations? Things like that.
Yeah. So there are two ways of participating in a campaign. The first very simple way is you donate 53 cents and we are able to create a product that is $8 of retail value. So with that 53 cents, we are able to put in 15, 16 times of the more value into the product and put it back into the economy. This is one direct way of the monetary donations that we receive. 1,000 liters is one IBC tote. One full container of donation is 18,000 liters. And in the multiple of 53 per liter, you can have the donations, one single tote or one container or two totes or 500 liters of paint, depending upon the donation that a company or an individual wants to provide. Now, this is one way of doing it. The other way of doing is simply working with the Paint Foundation with the recycling projects of the particular organization. Now, for example, a paint factory, they create a waste. They want to get rid of the waste. So when they do that, they give a fee to a recycling company or a waste handling, and that eventually ends up into land burning or fuel blending. Now, when you work with the Paint Foundation, the fee that you give to Paint Foundation is utilized 100% into donating free paint, meaning which all the revenue that the Paint Foundation is receiving from anywhere by its modus operandi of recycling paint, we are donating an equal amount at a retail value of paint into the different communities of need, making the program absolutely free.
Are the donations tax deductible?
Yes. So all the donations, the 53 cents donations are tax deductible. And also, when we receive the material from the stores or the paint manufacturers or a paint raw material manufacturers, even if they're off-spec or if they are mistint, they still have a value and they still have a monetary amount that the donor could claim as a 501c3 charitable at a fair market value, along with the recycling fee that they give us as a donation. So this is a huge opportunity, which eventually once upon a time was going as a waste of a zero value, and any company who's putting their product which are little off spec into the waste stream, it really hurts and pains. But now you can get a full refund of that, and you can have a benefit and advantages in the tax, yet putting it into a circular economy, and yet putting that thing into the charitable cause in a needy community with us.
Other than the tax deduction and the charitable contribution aspect of it, what other incentives are there for companies to participate?
Now, apart from the tax deduction and the charitable donations, we are providing the certifications to the companies. The individuals get certification of honor and excellence for the work into the circular economy. Now, this is a new venture, and this is a revolutionary venture, what we are putting across. And the company gets the certification of sustainability and corporate responsibility, of keeping away that much value, that much amount, and that much quantity of paint away from the landfill, bringing it back into the circular economy. So this works as an encouragement, and yet there are different kind of programs we are coming up one after the other, even after the million liters of paint, to encourage this circular economy and donation.
Okay, so if I'm a paint manufacturer or a retail store owner, what is the benefit of working with the Paint Foundation versus working with other recycling or waste companies?
Yeah, so this is where the entire game changes, and I'm glad we are able to do this, and that whatever product we are receiving, we are taking it back as a product. So that much of lesser waste in the books of the companies or the stores or the manufacturers. This is the first advantage, that they, on the waste generation part, they have reduced that much of waste, because now this is moving into the circular economy, into our batches of production in our manufacturing facilities. Two, there is a tax advantage that we've discussed. And three, we are able to keep the community and the society that much cleaner and greener. And the last advantage that goes is that much of lesser extraction of raw materials for producing that much new paint, by saving these resources into the, keeping the resources into the circular economy. If everybody from every industry, every industrialist or a philanthropist, somebody with a good economic knowledge, technical knowledge, is able to create a platform, something like what we have done with the Paint Foundation, somebody in the food industry, somebody in the construction industry, somebody in the garment industry, and try to bring back and give back to the community with all the experience, knowledge, expertise that they have, creating a foundation or something like that, that we are trying to do. I think a huge amount of waste could be redirected into circular economy, and a good amount of community well-being and goodwill jobs can be done. And trust me, this is the initiative that has to be taken by the experienced industrialist in the particular field, who have knowledge of creating the product, reusing the waste, and distributing it back into the economy. It's a huge amount of process, and trust me, there are so many places we can go wrong, and we do go wrong.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you so much. This really is a great initiative, and I wish you the best of luck with it. So thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today.
Thank you, Christine. It has always been a pleasure getting associated and discussing things with you.
Yes, I agree. And for our viewers, if you are interested in learning more about this campaign and participating, you can visit thepaintfoundation.com for more information. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Christine. It's a pleasure.